You know, one of the things I kind of forgot to mention, but these videos are probably going to be a lot shorter than the Ragnarok playthrough, because as much as I enjoy having like 50-minute to an hour long videos, I think I'm going to have to cut that down a bit, maybe like 30 to 40 minutes. But that's just so I can get more videos out of a recording session, because I'm not going to have as much time to record, so I'd rather, you know, get as much out of each session that I can.
Well, the squirt does. Can't see squat behind that frizzled fuzz you call a beard.
Alright. Yeah, I just want to get as many videos out of a recording session as I can, so I can stay a little bit consistent here on YouTube, but we'll see.
They found the materials. But they're so weird. How do you build a piece of armor out of something so...
None yet.
Nanya?
None your fucking business. Trade secret. We got our ways.
Oh.
Ooh, we get another trophy. Fire of Ares, a slam attack that sounds out a fiery wave. I kind of like this one. The Prometheus flame is cool too. I like the I like seeing everything just burn. I don't know why, but Fire of Ares, this looks pretty cool as well. And it looks like it'll be faster to activate. I don't know. So if we look at the map now, is this complete? Yes, it is. Nice. So to get to this Soul Devourer, I think I'm gonna have to go over here. But it's not tracked in the thing. It's kind of weird. Oh well. Damn it, I always do that. I keep walking when I press circle, and I end up walking through the gate of the door. So I'm gonna go over here and see. It'll bring me to the Soul Devourer. I don't know. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, the videos are probably gonna be around like 30 to 40 minutes, maybe like 35 minutes. I'll try to get that. So that way, you know, if I record for like a little more than an hour, I can get 2 videos instead of just 1. And like I said, it's mostly just for consistency, because, you know, I won't have as much time to record, so I need to start planning things out better. I don't know. So anyway, yeah, and hopefully, you know, it's okay that the videos are a little bit shorter. I mean, usually I like shorter videos. I'm more inclined to watch those because, I don't know, it's not as much of a commitment, you know? I have to make sure I'm going the right way here. Damn it. Alright. This is not the right way. So, unfortunately, I don't know how to get to this thing. And it's not, like, that important, I guess, because it's not actually tracked here. So instead of wasting time trying to figure out how to get that done, I'm gonna just move on. I'll look that up later. But our next stop is gonna be over here, because there are some things we have to do in the woods. And also, it seems like I've exhausted all the dialogue for Mimir's stories. So now anytime we jump in a boat or fast travel, there's no more story time. That's unfortunate. Alright, so we are missing a Mystic Gateway and then a couple undiscovered things. So, don't know where I need to go, but we'll see. There's a lot to explore. I mean, really, I haven't explored this place since the beginning of the game, I think. Yeah, there's probably a lot of stuff I wasn't able to access earlier. But anyway, I think I'm gonna edit this stuff out and just come back when something interesting happens. Alright, so I might have found something here. I'm not sure, but it looks kind of new. Possibly. We're just gonna see. Wait, what happened? Was I just imagining things? There we go, I just missed the staircase.
Look here, another.
Oh, look! It's Skull and Hati, the giant wolves who chase the sun and moon.
Quite right, my boy.
Where did they come from? How did they get up there?
Well, it's a long story, but we'll get to it.
What's happening there at the end? They eat the sun and moon? And then everybody fights?
I suppose that's one way to put it.
And we got a trophy for that. Cool. Wolf giants. Skull chases the sun and Hati the moon. What happens when they catch their prey? Looks like a massive fight. Odin, Thor, the world serpent. Could it be? Could it be Ragnarok? Good. Yeah. It's interesting playing this game after I've played Ragnarok, and I'm like trying to prevent myself from saying anything about it. So there's a thing over here. It looks like. I'm gonna regret this. Yep. Well, this is where we came in, so I don't really know what to do with that. I thought there was going to be a whole thing to explore, but I guess not. Can I jump up here? Alright. Well, I'm going to keep looking around and see what I can find. Well, apparently, there's a thing here. That didn't work. There's one. There's two. Dang it. Oh, mercy.
Can't believe it was next to Mother's garden this whole time. No wonder we can never get in there.
Now, I don't know if I could have gotten to this from the house. I think maybe I could have, but I kind of went around the entire Wild Woods thing. So I don't know. Oh great, it's gonna be another slow elevator ride. I'm not amused. I don't think Kratos is amused either. Just too darn slow. And of course I can't walk off of it. That would be too convenient. Alright. So we got that Mystic Gateway. We're gonna go up here. We have a chest. Oh no, something just in my eye. That's not good. I can't see. There's a raven. Darn it. Okay. I'm gonna sit over here so I can actually aim at the thing. I'm surprised that hit. What else? I don't know. There's a realm tear here. Darn it. Oh, jeez. That's not good. Yeah. I got a little bit too close for comfort. Heart of Svartalfheim, legendary enchantment at a very small amount of constant health regeneration. Oh, that sounds pretty good.
Here, boy.
Ah, I was wondering about this.
A thief's testimony. To the next poor fool to find this place. You'd be wiser to flee than to brave the dangers within. But count yourself lucky. I came before you to unwittingly free the prior occupant and die a fool in the process. I came for treasure and found only death on wings. I tried to step out of the realm, but she wouldn't let go. It tore most terribly. The tree bleeds for my foolishness. Her magic will surely ripple through this realm for ages, tearing at its fabric. And for what? I'm dead and she's escaped just the same. Why did I fight it? Fool, fool, fool. My only solace is her jailer, followed close behind. To Mooseville it might have been, or Niflheim. Either way, she'll be caught, though they'll need a new prison. I've ruined this one. The Lindworm comes for me. Alright. What was I gonna do? Go over here. Oh, jeez. I could figure out how to use this thing. Sprinting for 3 seconds 3 seconds grants unstoppable aura, preventing interruptions by enemy attacks. And I just cannot read today. What's this one? And of course I lower my level a little bit. Sucks. But I like health regeneration. Might not be worth it. Trying to figure out what I want here. I mean, this will increase my level a little bit. I mean, look, it's a very minimal amount of level increase, but it's still an increase. And I kind of like the unstoppable aura thing. Now everything's... What do you call it? I don't remember the armor tiers, but it's like gold, not gold, but the golden color. Look at that. Oh, good thing I have this unstoppable aura. Well, not anymore. That's a level 7. I found out how to do the recall axe attack thing. So, you know, you throw your attack, or you throw your axe, and then you have to aim and press R1, and you'll do that. Or, you can do this. See, I was doing that a lot in Ragnarok, but it was a little bit different. Instead of having to aim and then attack, you have to press L1 and then R1 to recall. So, a little bit different. Also, is this... What is this? It looks like a, obviously a horn, but is it the horn? I don't know. So, nothing else back here. Let's see. We're actually done with the region. Alright, that's good. So now we got the river pass. Alright. Well, luckily there's a mystic gateway here, so we don't have to actually take the elevator. However... Nah, it's not really worth it. We're gonna go this way. I want to check something back at the house, but it's like, it's just gonna waste too much time. I really hope I didn't miss anything in there. That would be bad. And unfortunately, the loading times for this is not that great. Kind of surprised about that. I know it's technically a PS4 game, but I am playing on PS5. I hear a raven immediately. Sitting right there. I must have been here before, right? And somehow I missed that. Okay. I guess before I just didn't know about listening for ravens. I think that's something I made more use of in Ragnarok. So what are we doing here? I'm not sure. I'm just gonna explore. Going to, first of all, check this thing. So I am missing some artifacts, a Mystic Gateway, a Raven, and something else. This might be something from like the very early on in the game. Yeah, I must have just ran right past this stuff. We found this scary mask in a dangerous part of the river pass. Let's keep an eye out for more. Somebody might pay good hacksilver for these. Okay. I don't know what's going on with my speaking today, but it's just not feeling right. I apologize. Let's see what's over here. Oh, Brock's here. Is this where we first met him? I think it is, because I remember the bridge. I think. Alright, well, I have no idea what I'm looking for, so I think we're gonna do some more editing. Let's see if I could figure out where to go next.
One more for the collection.
Oh, well, there's one. The Faces of Magic. Alright. We're just missing that one over there. But what is that? I think that is number 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7? I don't know how they count these things. I wish they would. I wish these were like in a certain order so that I could just be like, oh, I'm missing mask number 7 or whatever it is. Oh well. So, anyway. We're gonna keep looking. Slowly making progress. There's a lot to explore in this area, unfortunately. It's a pretty big area to cover. And I'm probably gonna miss something and I'm gonna have to go through this all over again. I heard something. There has to be a raven here, because I heard it. However, I don't know. Wait, is that it? I can't believe I saw that. I feel like I have to turn down my brightness because I just could not see that at all. So that's all the ravens apparently. So now we're just missing an artifact and a gateway and something else.
Bringers of day and night.
Oh yeah, the wolf giants.
Aye. They were born of the arch-wolf Hrothwitnir, a great nemesis of the Aesir gods. Odin captured them as pups and kept them in the kennels of Asgard to hold his foe at bay. But when the sun and moon grew mutinous and stood still, Odin put Skoll and Hati to use. With his ancient magics, he cast the wolves to the heavens, and they began their chase. And long shall they chase, but not endlessly. For it is foretold that someday Skoll and Hati will catch and devour their prey. And that day shall be Ragnarok, the twilight of the gods.
But Ragnarok is supposed to be Odin's doom, isn't it? Why would he set the wolves loose if it fulfills the prophecy?
Precisely the question, lad. It's always about control. The wolves determine when Ragnarok begins, and now he controls the wolves. A battle fought on his timetable is a battle he better stands to win.
Alright, I apologize for missing out on the first couple words of that conversation. I had my recording paused, and when Mimir started talking, and then I'm like, oh crap. So, I mean, you didn't miss much. He was like, you heard of the Skull and Hottie thing? And it's like, it was there? Okay, that was the, Alright, so, kind of weird. I think in the story, you visit the Witch's Cave a couple times, and on, like, the second visit or something, apparently, the gateway goes away or something? Or it gets deactivated, I don't know. But, you have to find it again, and then, so that you can activate it, so... Yeah. So we just found that one. That's the final gateway we had to find. Now we just have to find something else. I'm really hoping these artifacts are here. Or this artifact, I should say. See, I thought I would be able to get to this place from where I was, but I actually had to fast travel out of there and then take the boat. Unfortunately. So, it's not the most fun to navigate.
Is it a good idea coming back here?
She's probably in there planning your demise, brother.
Or bringing Baldur back to life? Like she did you, Mimir.
Oh, I'm not alive, lad. I'm reanimated, sure. But make no mistake, I'm still quite dead. I'll never be what I once was. She won't want this for her son. Trust me.
That's a relief. Not the part about you being dead, but, you know.
Alright, so apparently, we haven't been here yet since we finished the game. But I think I did most of the stuff in here, so give me a second. I need to look up what I need. I'm pretty sure I know the undiscovered thing is basically this Valkyrie. And then I'm missing one artifact. Alright, here we go.
Want to see what we can trade those for?
So that should be everything. Apparently I just missed that dead guy earlier. Yep, we're done. So now we can figure out how to get to Kara. And I really don't know how this is gonna work. I think this might be the place. I remember this door being here. I don't think we ever really explored it, but I could be wrong. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is the right place. So, we got our second Valkyrie. Before I do that, let me go ahead and switch out my things for my go-to runic attacks. I'm gonna try to use this one, see if it actually stuns Valkyries. Now I'm trying to remember which one I was using. I think I'll just stick with what I have. Okay. Yeah, so...
There sure is a lot to see here.
Yeah, there is. There's too much to see. In Ragnarok, when I would use runic attacks against bosses, they would get caught in the attack and then they wouldn't be able to break out of it. for the duration of the attack. However, this game, I don't know if that's the same. Like, this runic I want to use, it lasts quite a bit, and I don't want to, like, get caught. So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to explain. We'll see. Definitely easier if I try to show you what I'm trying to explain.
A Valkyrie. We have to save her.
Think before you act. Are we prepared to face such a powerful foe?
I'm ready if you are.
Aye, same here. If that counts for anything.
Yep. Okay. So, gonna take that Raven out before we forget. Or before I forget. So, let's see. Trying to remember if I need anything. Didn't even give her a chance. Oh. Oh. Okay. Oh, stupid lock on. A lot to keep track of here. Where'd she go? So he kind of does stun her a little bit. Fine. At least I can take them out. Oh, getting too aggressive. Oh, I see. Okay, so that one you do have to dodge. Oh, man. And there we go. Not the best fight, but I don't know, that's the benefit of being over-leveled, I guess.
Thank you for releasing my physical form. I have only gratitude.
Why were you trapped?
I am uncertain. My mind still fragmented. The Rokstol of Valkyrie. It is the last thing I remember.
The what?
Valhalla awaits. I must return.
The Rokstol of Valkyrie.
What is that, Mimir?
It's a council chamber of sorts, hidden away in Midgard. The Valkyries would often need a place to confer outside of Odin's prying eyes. They thought themselves properly concealed, but the All-Father sees all, so the saying goes.
Where is it?
We weren't far from it on our way to Thomur's chisel. The entrance is to the left of the two oarsmen statues.
You failed to mention this at the time.
Didn't think we'd be hunting down Valkyries at the time, brother.
Think we'll find out why the Valkyries are like this?
That chamber held a special significance for them. We'll find something there, I'm certain of it.
All right. So that fight was kind of similar to the last one, with the exception of the stuff she throws. And I'm pretty sure the Valkyries are all like that. They each have their own unique ability or move that they do. So for Kara, it was, you know, throwing stuff. And the one where she, like, does an overhand throw, kind of. I don't know, there's like a very brief flash of a red ring when she does that attack, which I didn't notice until like the second or third time. But yeah, one of those you just have to dodge. The ones where they kind of like curve around, they don't head straight for you, they kind of like do this weird curve. Those ones you can block.
Atreus, follow me.
Be right there.
So, this is really the only difference, I think. Hey, look, another horn. But, yeah. Each Valkyrie is going to have their own thing. And then I think for the final Valkyrie, I mean, this is kind of spoilers, but I don't know, does it really matter? For the last Valkyrie, she kind of like uses everybody's moveset. So it's kind of like the first, what is it, 8 Valkyries or something? You fight each one of them has like their special move where you get to kind of learn it. And then when you get to the end, then it's like the final test where you have to remember all the moves and remember all the counters and all that stuff. So anyway, River Pass is done. Now we have the foothills. I don't know how we're gonna do this. So I think like most of everything is done. Actually, I gotta go to the Iron Cove. Okay, so I'll do that next. And then we're probably gonna have to go through the foothills. It's probably gonna be like a cave or something, because this Valkyrie is in the water, which yeah, we can't really fight in the water, so